Nano KVM update, channel comments, unboxing, and I think there's one or two other things, all within 30 minutes. Go. One in chat if you think I'll make it within 30 minutes, 0 if you think I won't. Okay, I'm going to get a confirmation here of audio. There's my audio. And then here comes, Brian says 0.
DougBot said I'm working here.
Yep, I got audio confirmation. Okay. Nano KVM update. Yesterday I demonstrated how I wasn't able to get it to boot off of the image, off of an ISO image on the device. I worked further with that after the show. I'm going to show over here that Carrie Holzman very kindly sent me a link, which I already had seen the documentation, but I didn't have it right at my fingertips, so that was really convenient. That documentation talks about how to do this, and I had read it before, and then just kind of slammed into it to here ISO. Slammed into it to figure it out as I was working, and I did not get it to work. I think there is something wrong with the device, similarly to how I had to reset it in order to get the screen image to come up. I think that partition needs to be refreshed. The documentation doesn't have any way to do that, so a possibility is to contact the manufacturer or even return this one and get another one, or wait and see if Carrie is successful at doing it, if he even tries to get it boot off of an ISO image on the device. And if he does, then I might be motivated to work further. However, there's an easy workaround, and I want to deliver this thing today. So I'm going to switch over to my lavalier mic. Yeah, that's the right way to call it. And point this out. So I brought this computer up. It's a Dell 7070 that's been replaced. Have the Nano KVM connected to it, and I just plugged in a flash drive with Windows 11, and that's easy to make it work. Do I really care if I'm booting off of this? I do not. I can use Windows 11. I can have a Macrim Reflect. I can have another storage drive that has backup image. So my plan is I'm going to be taking this probably to a client's office today. They have purchased 5, count them, 5 new B-Link computers that they want me to install. And typically in the past, I would take possession of it and work with it. However, we have already set up one in this office. So my plan all along was to take a backup image of that first one, restore it to the next one, and configure it for that user. Now with the Nano KVM, I'll be able to do all of that remotely. My client will be able to unbox the next computer, plug in the Nano KVM and the Macrim Reflect and the backup image that comes from the first computer. So then I can connect to it. I can rotate the computer SID number. I can deactivate the log me and rescue configuration that came from the first computer, so that I can set it up for the next computer. I can activate, I think these have Wi-Fi, I'm not sure. If they don't, then he's going to have to plug in an Ethernet cable. Then I'll set up the new user account, and I'm using the utilities that, let's see, I'm using Fabs Auto Backup to bring over the user profile from their old Windows 10 computer. I'm using, there's 2 desktop icon saving programs that I'm not remembering the name of those right now, but I have both of those so that I can actually take the positioning of their icons from their old computer, paste them into the new computer, and then once the computer is ready, the person that's on site, who's kind of a techie, he can go ahead and put that computer in place. So that's going to have all their printer configurations, their file sharing configurations, their vertical market applications, their Microsoft Office 365 accounts, just a whole bunch of time savings. So that's the update for the KVM. I've got another comment here. I'll just point out that Carrie also said, great job from yesterday's show where I showed yesterday the solution for, getting to the screen by doing the reset button and how I disassembled it. That was really the focus yesterday. I think, I showed you towards the end of the show yesterday, I think, where I couldn't get it to boot off an ISO image. And there's some other anomalies about that, but I'm not going to go into those. So let's see. I'm going to just reply to that because that actually wasn't no, I don't need to reply there. Just do the, how do I do that? Okay, if I just refresh this, I think that one goes away. Since he didn't actually make a comment, I need to respond.
Recap, please.
If using, Martin Hogg says, if using Login Rescue Doug, do you need remote desktop enabled in Windows? No, you do not. You do not. Let's see, I'm going to take that one in second place. Chevy gave us a response. He was having the trouble with MSN.com in Microsoft Edge. That tab, only that tab, would not close. So he gave us a follow-up here. A little bit of humor. From Tuesday, the issue, MSN Web Portal tab won't close. No closey. It was a Windows 11 Home version 24H2. Solution, here's his proposed solution. Order from Amazon. The Windows 11 Magic MSN Universal Fix Everything program, and he gives a link for it. But notice there's something weird about this link. Is this a legitimate link? Is it? Is it? I'm going to wait and see if somebody in chat says why this is not a legit link. How do you recognize it's not a legit link? Then he says, or do nothing, since as of today, issue no longer exists. It just fixed itself, and that happens. Laughing my freaking ass off. Go figure. Thanks for all your help. You're welcome, and thank you for that follow-up. I didn't do a link for that, but I'm not actually responding to a question there, so that's okay. Did you want to say something about why that's not legit? Nope, nobody said anything in chat why that's not legit. It's not legit because there's no TLD.
Read chat, please.
Randy Israel says single label, fully qualified DN / single label. I'm not sure what single label means, but there's no TLD. There's no top level domain. There's no .com or .net or .gov. There's just a .exe at the end. So if you try to go to this, it ain't going to do squat diddly bupkis. Technical term, if you're not aware of it, SAC can't be reached because it's not a real link. Now, I don't think there's any such product either. That was just him clowning around. Okay, so I did the thumbs up and hearts there. Then we'll refresh that.
Read chat, please.
Let's see. Randy Israel explains single label means one word without anything trailing it. I've just never heard it called a single label. Is that actually a term? And then Randy Israel says also URLs use /, not backslashes. They can use // after the domain. See, here's a bunch of / up here. They can use / after the top level domain, but that wasn't there. And even here, there's /. Or is he saying // when he means backslash? Because that's an argument among techs, I guess. Oh, that's in chat. Let me go over to where that chat is. I was trying to come back up to that. Yeah, Rand Israel, URLs use // when it's leaning forward towards the next character. That's forward. Back means it's leaning back towards the characters that preceded. That's my side of the argument. It's not politics, it's tech talk. Oh, I so want to go ask an AI what they think about that, but I got to move on because I was going to try to get through stuff. Okay, those last two I'm going to keep. This one, Mato Christopher, I think I've heard that name before. Tony Colop, Steve McCure. Since I recognize him as a regular, I'm going to dispense with this. And I will give a timestamp to that. Hit reply. And this was a little while back. I was mentioning about Geordie LaForge. I like to make things work, figure out how to make them work in ways that they weren't intended.
Read chat, please.
And I associate with
Read
Geordie
chat,
LaForge
please.
in that way. I will get to those in a minute. And he says, wasn't Geordie LaForge the virtual lover of the famous work core designer, Dr. Leah Brahms? Yes, and I remember that episode very, very clearly. And I very much like that episode. And let's go refresh that. And I'll go check those two read chats. Seldom Ball, that fake URL contained a backslash, which would presumably be a directory folder specification, is trying to run a local program. Yeah, so he's saying it contained a backslash, not he's not saying it was a forward slash. Rand Israel says forward slashes to the from south west to northeast backslash northwest to southeast. Well, I can't tell whether you're saying southwest is the top of the slash or the bottom of the slash. In Windows, not in URLs. I'm not going to try to decipher that because I've got a deadline to make here. Then I'm going to move to here. Let's bring this down to 0 size and close this down so I can see more of these at once. Then I'm going to hit a video link. And I'm going to say for Scottish, for Mara, and for Tony, and for Motto, I'm going to take those all at once. And I will get to that read channel a little bit. So for all 4 of you, was that 4? Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I want to let you know that we're here up to 6 days a week. Sometimes I skip a day, to respond to your questions about computer issues. If you have a computer issue, you do not have to be a regular viewer of this channel. I don't have to recognize your name. You can send an email to this address. I will respond to it during a live show with the assistance of the people in the chat room. So send you an email back with a link giving you our response. So any issue that you might be having with Windows-based computers, that's what we're here for. We love to do that. Now to address you individually, Scottish Lass, thank you so much for the clear, concise, straightforward directions. Appreciate, and I am subscribing. I hope you're going to watch, because I don't like it when people subscribe and then don't watch. That makes me look bad in the YouTube algorithm. YouTube algorithm says, hey, look, his subscribers don't even watch. Why should we show his channel to other people? But I appreciate the kind words there, and that was useful to you. So. Oh, I've got to put in the link for each of you, and link, and link, and link, and then respond to each of you, to the rest of you by name. That's, yeah, start out with Scottish. Okay, Mara Ahmed. Oh, Scottish last was regarding the Gmail reverse order. And Mara Ahmed was about the Yahoo Mail layout. Says, thank you, you're welcome. And hopefully you already saw my blurb, so I'm not going to say that again. Click the reply to complete that. Click the reply to complete that. And then come down here to motto on the subject from this video. Oh, this was in response to the conversation we had during that video about corporate IT using third-party antivirus. And Motto says, I manage an IT department for 4 manufacturing plants. I currently use WebRoot and have been very happy with it. Very low system resources, great detection, and block rates. Stays out of the user ways. When a corporate level third-party antivirus product is going to be managed by IT staff, and it provides convenient administrative, convenient management value to the IT people, then absolutely 100% on board. Microsoft, what do they call it? Defender for the Enterprise Edition. They do that. I don't know how the different products compare with each other. It could be very plausible that an IT pro working in the IT department,
Chat, please.
managing the IT department, may find that that product works better for them. Hey, thanks for the comment. Thank you for letting us know. And then there's another read chat. Bobby Warren's asking for points, I guess. Bobby, if you want to check on your own points, it's just exclamation mark points, not a read chat. You will get points taken away from you for doing that. Okay, then Tony Calazaparo says, I'll zoom in a little bit and do the read more so we can see more of this. Let's see, I did motto. Yeah, I guess I skipped Tony there. Tony, finally a video with a desktop that is not a gaming computer. This one here that I'm going to do the unboxing of shortly is not a desktop. And it's not an it either. And it's not a gaming computer. It is qualified as a computer, but it's not an it. Finally, a video with a desktop that is not a gaming computer. I don't game and never gamed on any of my desktop computers. I use computers for things like photography, email, office work, etc. I do game, but only on consoles since the very first day they came out. I know I'm old, LOL. I know other people who are in that same boat. Thanks, and I have never used a game console. I think I've had one in my hands. Might have hit a few buttons on screen, but never really played a full game through. Thanks for this video. I really like this desktop. I might upgrade from my older PC. Now that was a Dell Inspiron Compact 3030 unboxing. Compact. I think that was bigger than this Dell Mini that I have over here. And this one's a few years old, but it is a Windows 11 computer. I don't like GPUs. I'd rather have a CPU with integrated graphics as well. I see nothing wrong with them. I like that they also come with a CD DVD reader, since I still use them for my collection of DVDs and use CD for storage at times. Most of the computers that I'm deploying at clients' offices now are these inexpensive mini computers. Very, very successful with them. Like them very much. When they need a CD DVD drive, which some of them do, particularly attorneys' offices and chiropractor offices, where they get CDs of medical reports from other offices. We're using external CD drives. So Tony, thank you for all of that. Then I'm going to refresh this and see if there's anything else on this page I need to deal with. Then go deal with these other two I'm holding on to for a little while. The read chats, I'm going to do V, whatever, exclamation mark C. That was Control F. That's what I was trying to say. Couldn't find the words. Yeah, Bobby Warren, that's not the way to do points. And you got to spell it right, Bobby. Come on, dude. Martin, so you crawl along Jeffrey's tubes to fix subspace relay and tachyon pulse generator. Okay, I don't know what to do with that. It's not really a question. I guess that was part of that episode where Jordy was working with Dr. Brahms. And that's probably what that was. Not really loving that. I'm trying to get through this in half an hour. You're squirreling me. Squirrel. Okay, now I think I'm ready for, I think I've covered 2 out of the 3 things I've promised. So now we're going to go to unboxing. That looks focused well enough. I said the box does not contain it. The word computer applies. The word desktop does not apply. What kind of thing? What things am I going to bounce into here? Sorry about that. I just, well, I guess maybe I should still stay on the lavalier because I'm not keeping my distance to the main microphone. So, not a desktop, a laptop, not an it, because there's 2 of them. They are identical. All right, then. Okay, right now I'm on the lavalier mic, and I think when I'm kind of away from my main microphone, this probably sounds better. I'm going to give you the overhead mic. Here's the overhead mic, and I think I'm probably just, my volume's too soft because I'm not really facing the microphone. Do you agree? One in chat if it's better for me to be on this lavalier microphone when I'm away from my overhead mic. 0 in chat if you think not.
Yes,
So,
affirmative.
Selden says yes. So they're saying yes, use the lavalier mic when I'm away from my overhead mic. And when I'm reading chat, when I'm facing the screen, it's easy enough to be close to the overhead mic. MIC, Mike, is it Mike or is it Mick? Like the GIF or GIF argument? Is it Mike or Mick? That's kind of like that acronym that Ken Stout came up with, KSGIP, I think. So is it KSGIP or KSGIP? I guess that depends upon how much you valued watching his show. If you watch his show and didn't enjoy it, you might think KS for Ken Stout GIP. Ha 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 ha. OTVOC is the brand. Okay, what's up with that brand, Doug? You've never done that brand before. Why are you doing that? That is an AI-assisted purchase. Now let me show you something about this. It has Ethernet for this office. We need 2 laptops with Ethernet and prefer to use the inexpensive ones. Brian didn't even get a chuckle out of my attempt. All right, I get it. I get it. Now, when I went straight to Amazon and tried searching for these inexpensive laptops, I got all those categories that you can select over on the right hand side. On the left hand side. I don't know right from left. Are you kidding me? But there was no checkbox for Ethernet to say that I want a laptop that has Ethernet. So then I've got to go looking through each one of them because I don't know if they're going to have that in the description. They might not. So AI to the rescue. Here's what I did. Can you provide Amazon links for laptops with N95 processor and an Ethernet port? And it gave me 4 Amazon links. I opened each one of those links.
Chat, please.
I was able to eliminate 3 of them for a variety of reasons pretty quickly. The remaining one fit all of my checkboxes, and it's OTVOC. I never heard of that brand. I read through the comments. The comments looked okay to me, so I ordered it. Them, not an it, because it's not one. So them. 9:23. Now who thinks I'm going to make it within 30 minutes? Huh? Yeah. Didn't I just hear a read chat? Oh, my God, it's Unicord, a laptop with Ethernet. Inconceivable. Yeah, and well, I have my laptop, I think it's Zen Arrow is the name of it. It has Ethernet. They're out there. They're out there. They're not easy to find. I had to have an AI help me with it. Now, then let me show you the Amazon page for it. This is the Amazon page, $300. So not particularly expensive to get the, not at all expensive to get the Ethernet. There you can see the Ethernet on the right side of it. It's 16-inch, 12th gen N95, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte storage drive. Who can turn up their nose at this? That I'm very, very happy with that. Okay, so what's it look like? I'm happy with it so far. Let's see, that is, yeah. Turn it right side up for you. So here's what we're looking like. There's a mini SD card slot on one side. You can see the number of USBs that it has. I think that one's a Kensington lock. Nice hinge movement. It's got a slide cover for the camera lens. Nice computer, nice computer. Okay, let's get power. 4 minutes. Don't plug it into the headphone slot. Barrel connector to power. Oh, that's weird. That's not very satisfying. It doesn't appear. Oh, there, I got to push harder. Push it harder. That was an unusual amount of force. Then, before we do this, let's get an HDMI capture. Let's take the screen protector off. Okay, is this something you expect on a cheap computer, that they put a plastic screen protector on? Power on. I'm so far pretty impressed with this. Up, and here the HDMI is working
Yes, sirree, Bob.
right off the bat.
Yes, sir. Hey, Baba.
And since I don't have it memorized yet, I am going back once again to that link that Greg M provided here. I've got that pulled up over here. That one right there. And let's see if it tries to make me do a Microsoft account. A lot of these inexpensive computers have been pre-set up to be able to go straight to a normal local account. Skip. Accept. And here is straight to a local account. User. No password. I was glancing up at chat. My routine here is reducing the amount of stuff that is sent over the internet. Is the only reason I take those two off. And who uses inking? Not my clients. Hey, it's 9:29. Document, I could end the show right now, right? And I've made my 30 minutes. I did it. I covered all that in 30 minutes. Am I going to end the show now? Oh, let's go talk to people in chat. Because that wasn't part of my list. Let's go see if there's any things in orange for me to catch up on. I see in orange, John Williams, good morning, he says, and coming down further, I'm tickled that I met my 30 minutes. Glad to see you had a fun time with your grandson. That football clip that was in the trailer was from a couple years ago, I think, or at least last year. Looking for a more orange. I believe I got all of the read chats. I'm going to go double check. Here, this thing is just came up. Here it is.
Yes, affirmative. Zuri chat, please.
John Williams, you should see the laptop I got for $80 cash. I'm going to say that was used. Did you get my update email okay? Yeah, I did. So I'll go ahead and share that with everybody. Thanks for asking. Here it is. Martin Hogg says, hi again, Doug. Thanks for your continued assistance. Regarding the above issue, let me be specific. I'm doing a clean install of Windows 11 on a laptop using a bootable USB, and this failed to accept the OOBE command. When command opened using Shift F10, because the onboard keyboard would not accept any input, and an external keyboard was not accepted either, only on command screen, the command prompt screen. However, your other command did work, provided I waited until the network screen appeared. So I think what happened here is you can use that Shift F10 too early in the Windows 11 setup process before the installation media is actually mounted, or the drive is actually mounted. I'm not sure what to call it there, but if you do the Shift F10 before you get to that network screen, then you're not actually getting to a place where that command is available. So you have to wait till you get through the steps to get to the point where it's trying to get you to connect to the internet. Then do the Shift F10 there. So I think that's where he was saying that OOBE command was not functional, is because he was trying to do it too early, and the keyboard that he was using on the laptop keyboard, it was not functioning during that Windows setup that from a media creation tool created media rather than the manufacturer's installation that they provide. I totally butchered that explanation. So many thanks for that. You're welcome. Incidentally, I don't like Windows 11, but if some of my customers are running it, I need to get familiar with it. Well, they need to be. They need to be. It's time. You're running out of time. For personal use, I am currently working on Zorin operating system 17.3. Thanks again and cheers.
Read chat, please.
I still have not understood why people don't like Windows 11 to the extent that they would go to a different operating system. I need specific reasons in order to understand it. I don't get it. Is it just
read chat, please.
Reluctance to change? I don't know. I don't know. And Martin, I don't know if you care to detail that. I'm not asking you to go to the trouble of detailing it. I just don't understand what the resistance is to it. Resistance is futile. Ka-ching. Hey, Martin says good reasoning about the Shift F10 doing it too early. I'm confused. Shift F10 worked, but typing other characters didn't. That was true when he was using the onboard keyboard. I don't think that was true when he was using an external keyboard. And he said the OOBE command did not work even with the external keyboard, but I think when that happened, it was because he was doing Shift F10 too early in the setup process. I think I got all those read chats, just two of them, right? And I finished his email. Thank you, Martin. I do appreciate follow-up emails like you done there. Okay, so we need to check a couple basics on this computer. I did my 30 minutes. I did what was promised for 30 minutes. I didn't say I was going to end the show at 30 minutes. Ooh, that's not happy. Look down there. Well, it is plugged in. Okay, 54% available. Oh, that's okay. I just thought that battery icon down on the bottom looked really, really weak. But of course, I haven't had it plugged in. So that's completely acceptable. Then let's do MS Info.
Read chat, please.
See if I can get all of the things that I need. Now I'm going to shift things around here a little bit more so I can be my mouth closer to the mic. I'm going to ask you for a 1 in chat if you're saying yes, 0 in chat if you're saying no. Is it significant that I pay attention to the way the microphone sounds now compared to how it sounds now? I think this little bit of change of position makes a difference. So 1, if you agree that I should pay attention to this position here. Chevy says yes. Steve says 1. I think it makes a significant difference, and people are having trouble adjusting their volume, and they are still saying yeses. I think I can do this. Greg is saying, personally, I would just use the lavalier mic. Really? People have said it doesn't sound as good. Okay, so right around here, secure boot state is turned off. And let's see, the other thing, oh yeah, I want to check. Oh, what version of Windows is this? WinVer, Windows 11 Pro, 22H2. Wow. So I'm not going to upgrade to 23H2 and then 24H2. I'm going to take 24H2 installation media and run setup so that it goes straight to it. Then I will be reading your comments about the microphone after the show's over. I want to see encryption.
Read chat,
not
please.
Device encryption. Data encryption. Yeah, that's exactly what Wintermute was asking for, because that's another thing that varies. Now, you know what the easier place to check it is in disk management, because if it's partially encrypted, that'll show up in disk management. And I think that typically shows up here. No, it's not showing there as any portion of encrypted. On the major manufacturers, yes, it comes in partially encrypted, and it wants you to sign into your account to finish the encryption. You have to go turn it off, because there's I promise you, there are Windows Home computers out there that have never been checked, and they are partially encrypted. What the consequences are if you need to pull that drive out and access it from another computer, I don't know. I haven't tested, so BitLocker is off. What else is part of the normal things that we're wanting to check up on these days? I think that's probably all. Let's see the Ethernet get connected. Oh, I've got it connected over here. Okay, so I'm going to try the rest of the show on the lavalier mic. For those of you who, I saw somebody saying it's more realistic because it stays with me. I don't know. The laptop computer that I take with me to offices has the Ethernet, because that's really useful for troubleshooting. Okay, so there is Ethernet connected. Now I'm going to disconnect it and validate that I can connect to Wi-Fi. Well, here, this is a little difficult. trying to get it out, the clip is already depressed because of this spring-loaded piece here. So it's already depressing the clip, but since this cover is pushed in, the clip is actually engaged and I can't pull it out. So in order to get the Ethernet out, I think I have to pry open this. No, that doesn't open any further. It's all the way open. Why am I having difficulty? Because you're a Doug. All right, so no, I didn't have to pry anything. It's just, do not like that. Did not like that experience at all. Okay, so then let's do a connect to Wi-Fi to validate that'll work. And I'm gonna take that off screen so I'm not exposing my neighbors' names. Oh, nope, there's no exposures there. Whoops, wrong button. So many buttons. I bet I get a button for my birthday. Wi-Fi, connect. Now let's see, I'm not showing anything here. You know what, for good measure, I'm going to take that off. I just should get better at not showing even clues such as how long password is. So they're connected to Wi-Fi. Yes, Amundo. I was trying to get back near the overhead microphone. Forgot that, nope, don't need to do that because I'm on the lavalier right now. That's as far as I'm going to go for today-ish. Today-ish. What word was that you just butchered, Doug? I don't know. I'm just reading from a script. Did you know this show is scripted? All right, do a speed test. No, thank you. That doesn't tell anything about the computer. That just shows my internet. Yes, I know, Tim, you sent me a picture again of your internet speed. He's bragging that he bought another Wi-Fi adapter, and it's just an excuse to show me his speed test again. No, I'm not going to show it. I'm just not. The show is about helping people with tech issues, troubles that they're having. You buying a Wi-Fi adapter is not a tech issue you're having trouble with. Goodbye. Ooh, that was abrupt.
That's all, folks.
Tune in 6 days a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you've dreamed. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. At LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts or simply where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Tune in 6 days a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you've dreamed. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. And LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts, or simply more deeply VB, we're tech support supreme. We're tech support supreme. We're tech support supreme. Tech support supreme. We're tech support supreme. We're tech support supreme. We're tech support supreme.